I vividly remember opening my very first Spanish textbook. The crisp pages, the unfamiliar script, it all felt so new and a little intimidating. Everything looked alien, a jumble of letters and sounds that my brain struggled to decode, and fluency felt like a distant, almost unattainable dream. It was hard to imagine myself ever stringing together coherent sentences. The gap between where I was and where I wanted to be, speaking confidently and understanding native speakers, seemed overwhelming. It felt like climbing a mountain with no clear path. But it's important to remember that every fluent speaker started right here, feeling just as lost and unsure as you might feel right now. The difference isn't some innate talent or a special gift for languages, it's the systems and consistent habits they diligently built over time. Becoming fluent isn't about experiencing a single earth-shattering breakthrough or a sudden download of knowledge. It's about accumulating thousands of small, consistent steps forward, each one building upon the last. Progress comes from the daily choices you make, reviewing flashcards, even when you don't feel like it, listening to a song in your target language, even if you only understand a few words, or speaking, even if it's nervously and with mistakes, despite the fear of embarrassment. Motivation inevitably fades. It's a natural part of the process, but well-designed habits and robust systems are what keep you moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. The real secret to long-term success? Make consistent progress the path of least resistance. Build habits that actively support your language learning goal, and let that solid structure carry you forward, especially when your initial motivation inevitably runs out. This is the very first lesson, the fundamental principle, that every single successful language learner eventually discovers and internalizes. We often think big goals need big actions, monumental efforts that require a complete overhaul of our lives. We imagine needing to dedicate hours upon hours to achieve significant progress, like studying for hours every day, sacrificing sleep and leisure time in the pursuit of fluency. We believe that the more time we invest, the faster we'll reach our desired outcome. But that's unsustainable. This approach often leads to burnout and frustration, making it difficult to maintain momentum. Miss a day and guilt creeps in. The pressure to maintain an unrealistic schedule can be overwhelming, leading to feelings of inadequacy and discouragement. The real secret is small, daily wins. Consistent, manageable actions that gradually build towards your larger objective. Just one new word, expanding your vocabulary bit by bit. 5 minutes of practice. A short, focused session can be surprisingly effective. Consistency builds identity. You become a language learner, not just someone who wants to learn. You internalize the habit, making it a part of who you are. Small habits compound over time, like adding drops of water to fill a glass, making you dramatically better in the long run. The cumulative effect of these small actions is far greater than you might expect. Make your habits obvious and easy, reducing the friction required to get started. Put your textbook on your pillow, making it the first thing you see in the morning. Pair study with your coffee, creating a consistent trigger for your language practice. The goal isn't perfection, it's showing up. It's about building a consistent routine, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Each small action is a vote for the person you want to become, reinforcing your commitment to language learning. Momentum comes from action, not waiting for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, even if it's just with a small step. Celebrate consistency, acknowledge your efforts, and reward yourself for showing up each day. And you'll create a feedback loop that keeps you going. Positive reinforcement will make it easier to stick to your routine. Start small, and let those wins build your confidence. As you experience success, you'll be more motivated to continue learning. That's how real progress happens. It's the accumulation of small, consistent actions that leads to lasting results. Habits are your vehicle, but you need a destination. A clear, personal reason to learn. Vague goals fade. Specific, emotional reasons keep you going through tough times. Maybe you want to watch films without subtitles or chat with your grandmother in her native tongue. Define your North Star. Picture the exact moment you want to experience. The more vivid your goal, the more powerful your motivation. Your reason shapes your learning. Focus on what matters to you. If you want to travel, practice conversation. If you want to read, focus on comprehension. Your why gives you direction and filters out distractions. Without it, it's easy to get lost in endless resources and make little progress. Anchor your journey with a purpose that excites you. Mindset matters more than any app or textbook, especially your attitude toward mistakes. We're taught to avoid errors, but in language learning, mistakes are essential. Every fluent speaker has made thousands of blunders. The key is to see mistakes as feedback, not failure. Each error shows you what to work on next. Embrace a growth mindset, be an explorer, not a performer. Don't fear looking silly, get curious about what went wrong. Real progress comes from using the language, not just studying it. Fluency is built in real conversations, not in perfect grammar drills. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Your response to mistakes defines your growth. The moment you accept being flawed, you unlock true progress. Speak, stumble, learn, and keep moving forward. Where do you even begin when tackling a new language? It can feel overwhelming, like facing a mountain of information. Forget about achieving perfect fluency right away. Instead, set a more manageable goal. Focus on learning your first 100 words. These are your building blocks. Choose words that are directly relevant to your life, and most importantly, to your why. The reason you're learning the language in the first place. If you love coffee, then prioritize learning how to order it exactly the way you like it. If you enjoy cooking, immerse yourself in kitchen vocabulary from utensils to ingredients. Build a simple, sustainable daily habit. Even just 5 minutes a day, every single day, is enough to make progress. Use language learning apps or create your own flashcards, but the key is to stay consistent with your chosen method. Consistency not only builds your vocabulary, expanding your knowledge base, but also strengthens your identity as a language learner, boosting your confidence. Start speaking from day one, even if it feels clumsy and imperfect. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Use your newly acquired words in simple sentences. Practice saying them out loud, even if it's just to yourself in the mirror. Or, better yet, message a language partner and put your new skills to the test. Don't worry too much about making mistakes. Most people are understanding and usually quite supportive of learners. Actively producing the language, whether through speaking or writing, helps cement it more firmly in your memory. Remember, your language learning journey begins with a single word, one consistent habit, and one imperfect but courageous sentence. You don't need to feel completely ready or prepared. The most important thing is to simply start taking those first steps. True fluency is built step by step, one word at a time, so begin your journey now.